Hughes has given an update on his torn pec muscle, having undergone surgery in April. At this stage, his best case scenario is a return against the Eels in round 18.
I haven't done too much contact yet, so it's only in the early stages, but started to run and do a bit of weight, so stinging me not playing, and I just want to get back out there as soon as I can.
His teammates host Cronulla on Sunday, while also raising funds for the Mark Hughes Foundation at the temporarily renamed Beanie for Brain Cancer Stadium. The skipper is trying to help ensure the Knights don't give away wins like they did against the Panthers and Titans.
Past is the past. We've got to learn from that and video this week, and there's a lot to play for this week on our home ground, and it's a must-win. As captain, it's my responsibility to keep driving the standards, and it is hard. You can only do so much. You just want to be out there.
Demi Petratos and former Newcastle teammate Andrew Nabbout are two of the 19 players that have arrived in Turkey for that Socceroos camp. Both are trying to prove their worth to coach Bert van Marwijk in the hope of making the cut for the World Cup. With world-class facilities at their disposal, the Socceroos have nothing to complain about.
Okay, take the risk, take the risk.
19 players completed the first session. The squad of 26 won't be complete until skipper Mili Jedinak finishes his season with Aston Villa on Sunday. Petratos and the other A-League representatives have been given a program to help maintain peak fitness. But a shoulder injury has ruled Nabbout out of the past 5 games for his Japanese club, meaning he'll have to work even harder to make the 23-man squad for Russia. Still overseas, and the Jets youth team has won the Hong Kong Soccer Sevens plate final.
There we have Kieran Hayes, who does indeed break the deadlock.
Having lost its opening 3 games at the tournament, Newcastle was relegated to the second tier. From there, the Jets went undefeated, A-League player Angus Thurgate sealing the 2-0 win.
There's Thurgate with his right foot. He finds the corner with an answer.
As the club claims silverware in its first visit to the event. Closer to home, the FFA Cup draw has been completed for the final 8 regional sides in northern New South Wales. Edgeworth and Hamilton will kick off proceedings at Spears Point on June 9, while Adamstown will face Broadmeadow. The Jaffers drew Port United. Charlestown City will face Boambi from Coffs Harbour. The winners will play off for the 2 spots in the national round of 32. Returning to rugby league, and in the Group 21 competition, Aberdeen retained top spot with a big win over Denman, while Muswellbrook maintained outright third by hammering Greta Branxton. Scone didn't show any mercy against Singleton either, leaving the Greyhounds still chasing their first win this season. Merryweather's Jackson Baker has made a great start to his campaign at the 6,000-point qualifying series event in Japan. He set the tone with his opening wave of the heat.
Off the bottom, whack off the top. A solid start. And again, Jackson Baker. Wow.
That's going to be a big score right out of the gates, Pitsy.
There it is.
It was an 8.3 to be exact, giving him a healthy lead. His second wave ended up being his second best score.
Up and riding. Let's get a look at this.
This guy's on fire.
Wow.
Man.
Baker won by almost 2 points to advance to round 2 and a matchup with the likes of Brazil's Alex Ribeiro and fellow Aussie Mitch Colborne. Merryweather's Ryan Callanan will begin his campaign in round 2. It's been a great few days for Lake Macquarie sailor Kyle Langford and his crew on board Team Brunel in the Volvo Ocean Race. They won the race at Newport on America's northeast coast, then led the fleet early on leg 9 to Cardiff in Wales. The 3,300 nautical mile transatlantic stretch will go a long way to determining the overall winner. Currently sitting in 4th overall, fellow hunter sailor Chris Nicholson knows his crew on Team Axo Nobel needs a big result.
I don't know if we dropped our guard in the last one or, we made some errors, but either way we didn't have the points that we needed to. So if there wasn't already a lot of pressure on, there's actually more on this time.
8 days of sailing, I'm sure plenty can happen from here.
It's a lot of hard work. Thanks, Mitch. Stay with us. Gav has the weather next.
Tonight's weather report brought to you by water. Love water, save water.
Time to get the very latest on our weather now with Gav.
Thanks, Paul. Well, the weather just rolls on. More of the same. An extraordinary run of big, bright blue sky days and mostly southwesterly winds. Let's take a look at this evening's weather photo. It is one of the best views on the east coast. Tomaree headland, looking to Zenith Boat in the middle and Boxy there, and of course the Fingal Spit further south. And nothing better than climbing Tomaree when the weather is like this. The past 24 hours, again, the rain has all been south of the Murray. Nothing recorded across the nation, and that's where the rain is going to remain in the form of heavy squally showers, strong winds pulsing into the Tasman. The southern Tasman now has this big storm again, the blocking high, forcing everything around it. But because this is a stronger storm, it's creating a big pressure gradient. So these very fast-moving winds are generating a big swell that will be hitting our coast over the next couple of days. It's going to become really quite large. The blocking high still locked in. So again, the weather pretty much the same. Those westerly winds are going to be probably even just a little bit stronger again throughout tomorrow. Pretty gusty today. The wet weather confined south of the Murray. Again, a little bit of fog, very cold starts inland, fine clear sunny days. The warm air still getting pumped westward for Perth. Temperatures a little bit chilly again this morning, maxing out into the low 20s again right across the entire region. Westerly winds still locked in. They've been very strong. The anemometer there, Nobby's head going down again, but some very gusty westerly winds continuing overnight and throughout tomorrow. They'll be there pretty much all day, so fairly strong, fairly cool, particularly in the morning. The wind chill factor is certainly significant during the morning period, but the afternoon sunshine certainly helps to warm the situation. So it's overall, again, more of the same, single-digit start for most, and then we should reach the low 20s thanks to the sunshine warming the lunchtime hour right across the entire region, from the Central Coast right throughout Lake Macquarie, Port Stephens, the suburban areas across the valley floor to the Upper Hunter. It's again another day of what you've had all weekend long, and today and again tomorrow. The only change, swell is going to start getting bigger, particularly on Wednesday, really beginning to pulse in, solid 3 metres, so it'll be getting larger in the next couple of days with those offshore winds glassing it up. Tomorrow morning's low tides at 8:30, working to the high before 3, sun to rise at about 20 to 7 and down at about 5, and you've got another fantastic moon phase on our hands with these clear nights as well. So beautiful conditions with the half moon currently waxing towards the full. Looking ahead, it's all the same, really. Again, another week of it. We may even see just a little bit of cloud there pass on through. Temperatures maxing out each day into the low 20s. Cold starts, particularly right throughout the valley. Very chilly indeed. Every now and then a little bit of mist, a little bit of fog there, but also maxing out into the low 20s in the Central Coast. No change for you either. Only, might see just a little bit of cloud with a couple of passing fronts pumping on through. Swell also getting big for the Central Coast in the coming days. And let's check it all out. In fact, going to the beach, well, pretty nice stuff, and expect more of this. We've got beautiful, fine, clean, clear conditions that are going to be unveiled right along the coast. So get ready for it. It's going to be pretty epic for surfers. Let's go to the dam situation, and we've had a couple of drops, of course, because there's no rain. 52 in the Anna Bay catchment areas, Grahamstown 74, 73 for Tomago. Lostock's still at capacity. Chichester has dropped. Glennies is at 69 and Glenbourne currently sitting at 71%. Have yourself a good night.
Thank you, Gav, and that's NBN News for this evening. The Today Show will have the latest headlines from 5:30 a.m.
Thanks for your company and from all of us here.
Good night.
Good night.